taking advantage of some unseasonably warm and sunny weather here deep in the heart of flyover country. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, coming to, hopefully not in stereo, caught it just in time, coming to you, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about sin, Genesis, the serpent, the Garden of Eden, bringing you the real story. The entire chronology of Genesis has been intentionally altered, intentionally screwed up, intentionally jumbled, just like the chronological order of the New Testament was intentionally jumbled. They know exactly when those books were written, but they're completely and totally out of order. The first book written was James. It's buried in the middle of the New Testament. You tell me why. There's only one real rational reason for it, is they're trying to control the narrative and they're trying to keep people confused. And I learned one thing. Well, I learned a few things. This is going to be hot. But I learned one thing that applies here when I was in sales, and that is confused people do not buy. And the way I can apply that here is confused people also do not change their religion. They do not change their beliefs. Confused people do not adopt new paradigms of belief. So if you can keep people confused, you can keep people to say, what the hell? It's all confusing. Who knows the truth anyway? I'm going to stay with what I got because these guys and these girls know more than I do. I don't like to cuss, but what a shitty way to think. I can't think of any other word for it, for a person of intelligence to have that type of a take on things. I can't imagine why you would do that. I really can't. I just can't imagine why you would do that. Instead of pressing through and saying, I know this doesn't make sense, it is confusing, but I'm going to press through. And we're going to start helping you, I think, or hope, to try to start pressing through and start coming up with answers to why this stuff is confusing and why they want you to be confused. And there's really just one reason for it, and that's because Jesus slaves. The Jesus that is the bedrock of big-time religion slaves. And that's pretty much all that you have to say, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to maybe later today, not in this particular broadcast, we're going to talk about we're going to set straight the chronology of the book of Genesis. Today, we're not going to do that, at least not right now, but we're going to set straight the chronology of the book of Genesis. But today I want to look specifically at the idea of the coats of skin, the idea of sin, and the idea of the serpent and what supposedly happened in the garden. Yes, the chronology, Crystal. So that's what we're going to take a look at right now. And we're going to look into the scriptures themselves. And let's try to stay on point in the chat room if we can, please. And thank you so very much. Mazin's right. You throw in the towel when you adopt that attitude of, they must know more than me, so I'm not going to spend my time. The wind noise is loud. Well, I guess you just have to get used to that. Sorry, I can't do anything about it. Anyway, here we go. Sorry about that. I mean, now I'm going to be worried about the wind noise, but there's literally nothing that I can do about it. So, and I'm not picking on anybody, but you're out here in it's a beautiful scene, beautiful scenery, beautiful weather, beautiful back, something to look at. And somebody's got to say, but it's too loud. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Can we start looking for the good instead of the bad? We start doing that in our lives. I'm glad you brought that up. We start doing that in our lives. Everything's going great. Everything's going wonderful. And there's that one little thing. And there's always that person that's got to bring up that one little thing. Don't be that person. And don't let the one little thing bug you. Turn it around, ladies and gentlemen. Be smart. Be good to yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. And come on, man. Like Amanda said, dang. Give the guy a break. And hopefully not an arm or a leg. So let's take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to try to decipher this as much as I can without going deeply into the chronology. We're going to look at Genesis chapter 3. And this is Bible Hub that I use. And I don't do it because I get paid to do it. I do it because I find it to be the most easy and the most workable system out there. And if they knew I was using it, they would probably make me stop. And so much of this is added in, and so much of this is for confusion. And we already went through, I think it was under temptation, or I'll try to put the link in the box below. But last week we went through this part of it up here, where the serpent comes, was really telling the truth. And I know that's going to upset some of you, but that was a great, you know, what was that? Let's just take a look real quickly. What was that video? Because it's important that you get that, because I want you to be able to have that foundation. We'll just go to my channel like as if you're doing it. And look at Christian Whistleblower. Now, when you're trying to do something important. Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. How to do it. This is stuff slowing down on us, but it's important that you go back and look on the video. I can't remember exactly what it was called, because it's a good start to tell you. Anyway, damn it, this really bothers me. And